Broadcasting live from the Compton Youth Academy, we have Tuesday night baseball as the Academy Barons get set to take on the San Diego Bombers. Welcome to the broadcast, everyone. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in wherever you may be tuning in from. The Barons begin a new week and are 10-8 on the summer season. They saw their 3-game win streak snapped Sunday afternoon, but they put up good numbers as of late. The Barons have won 3 of their last 4 games, 5 of their last 7. They have 3 more games before the All-Star break in the CCL, California Collegiate League, and will need to continue to separate themselves from the Arroyo Seco Saints for the final playoff spot in the South Division. The Barons All-Stars were just announced earlier today, and we want to wish a congratulations to infielder Nathaniel Williams and pitchers Amari Yolas and Jaden Edwards for making the CCL Showcase game this Saturday, July 4th. The visiting Bombers are 2-9 this season and have lost 6 of their 7 last CCL games. Their last game was here at the Academy, and the Bombers fell to the Barons 11-5 last Friday night. The Bombers have seen more success in the Western Baseball Association, the other league they are part of, as they are 7-5 in the league and sit in second place. The Bombers are led by manager Scott Stanley, and he is joined by assistants Chase Bowen. The Academy Barons are led by first-year manager James Bishop. He is joined by pitching coach AJ Monades and assistants Lorenzo Gray, Tank Kazarian, Taishi Nakawake, and Jonathan Largaspada. Mind you, though, none of those assistant coaches are available, and we'll see Kenny Landreau. If you're familiar with the Barons, he's been the head coach the previous 17 seasons. He was unavailable to go this summer. However, he's making a special appearance, filling in for some of the assistants, and he'll be in the dugout for the Barons this evening. Tonight marks the final game of June, but also the final game of a 5-game home stretch. The Barons are 3-1 during this homestand and will look to continue their strong play this afternoon. Starting lineups and first pitch when we come back.
What player on the Barons would make the best head coach? I think Jimmy. Jimmy, for sure.
Jimmy Welcher. He has all the tools.
Yo, I got to go with Jimmy too. Welsh, he just knows ball. I think he'd be a good coach. I trust him with my kid in the future.
Going with the Tommy Gooden.
Give me Jacob Konoski.
Trevor Schmidt.
Easy answer, Jimmy Welcher, Jimmy Hoffa.
Jay Klinoski.
I think the best head coach would be my boy right here, Hondo. From the sack.
I think I'd have to give it to probably one of the youngsters, probably Campo or Chip. I feel like they would make it. Campo he's our catcher. He's been calling games all summer.
Best head coach. Honestly, Jimmy's probably a good pick. He's been in the game, or Klinoski. He's been in the game a while, so that's probably the best option.
Easy answer. I choose myself.
Back from commercial break, my name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball. Happy Tuesday, everyone. It's been a cooler day here in the city of Compton. Temperature down to 70 degrees, just moments ahead of first pitch. That's the coolest it's been in the last couple of weeks. San Diego Bombers are 2-9 on the summer, while the Academy Barons are 10-8 on the year thus far. It's the third meeting between the two. The Bombers got the first matchup, but the Barons took the last one this previous Friday night. Let's go ahead and get you today's starting lineups, beginning with the visiting San Diego Bombers, led by manager Scott Stanley. His lineup will look like this evening. In the leadoff spot, it's third baseman Aiden Harrison. Joey Doscosil is the DH and bats second. Gianluca Finelli plays left field and bats third. In the cleanup spot, it's Gannon Dwyer, the first baseman. E.J. Barnes plays short and bats fifth. Dylan Towning bats in the sixth spot. Jackson Summers bats seventh. Aaron Mingo in the eighth spot. And Josh Tornillo, the second baseman, rounds out the order for Scott Stanley. Getting the start on the mound for the Academy Barons is Gabe Lopez. Will be an upcoming redshirt sophomore this upcoming school year at Cal State Dominguez Hills. It's his fourth start of the summer, and through 15 innings, he's been solid. First pitch, a swinging strike to Aiden Harrison. That's how we get the ball game started. Lopez likes to attack hitters, doesn't use a lot of waste pitches. Through 15 innings, batters are hitting .271 against him, and has an ERA of 3 flat. Next pitch tails outside. He's given up 16 hits, 6 runs, 5 earned, 17 strikeouts, though, to 3 walks. A very strong strikeout to walk ratio. The next pitch misses downstairs, and it's a 2-1 count. Aiden Harrison is a native to Menifee, went to Paloma Valley High School. Will be a junior this upcoming season. High chopper to the third base side. Williams towards the line. It's called fair by the home plate umpire, Paul Cohen, but Williams unable to make a throw. An infield single to lead off the ball game for the San Diego Bombers. Let's get you the umpire crew this evening. Paul Cohen is calling balls and strikes behind home plate. Jose Galvez is at first. And Thomas Fitzpatrick, the umpire, at third, now positioned near second for a stolen base attempt. We'll see if the Bombers are aggressive this evening. As a team, they only have 8 stolen bases on the year through 11 games. First pitch to Joey Doscosil is in for strike 1. It was a last-minute change in the lineup. Jeremy Jones was supposed to play right field. Aaron Mingo was supposed to be the DH, but last-minute change. Joey Doscosil takes over in the DH spot, and Mingo plays right field. 0-2 count after the foul ball. Let's get you the defense for the Academy Barons. Behind home plate, it's Nigel Buckley. Jason Del Villar holds the runner at first. Mark Emmerman and Elijah Clayton, middle infield. In double play depth, Nathaniel Williams at the hot corner. The 0-2 from Lopez. Foul ball. Doscosil stays alive. In the outfield, it's Jackson Tyler in left, A.G. Sawamura in center. Nick Sanders gets his second start of the summer, first in the outfield as he plays right field. Runner takes off for second. Foul ball. 3 straight foul balls by Doskosil. Another native to Menifee, both Aiden Harrison, the leadoff hitter, and Doskosil, natives to Menifee, California, out in the Inland Empire. The Bombers do a nice job of recruiting kids from not only San Diego County, but South Orange County, including Inland Empire as well, Riverside County, San Bernardino. Lopez misses high and away. Doskosil gets something in his eye, calls time. One-two pitch. Lopez sets down Doskosil for his first strikeout of the evening. Runner stays put at first base. It's the first K for Gabe Lopez on a Tuesday evening. Tuesday evenings have become Game Lopez Day. He's been dominant this season thus far, and his last performance was one of his best. He did pick up the loss, but not because of his efforts. He went 5 innings against the Santa Barbara Foresters, the best team in the CCL. Runner takes off for second. Buckley's throw, a good one. Emmerman's tag, not in time. Pitch was low and away. It's going to be a tough for Buckley, who had to reach well across his body. But just to finish the thought, Lopez went 5 innings, gave up only 2 runs, 8 hits. Also picked up 5 strikeouts in that start versus the Foresters, often regarded as the best program, not only in just Southern California, but in the entire CCL division, or entire league. Pickoff move to second, close play, but Aiden Harrison beats the tag. Lopez went 4 innings against the Riptide on June 16th. He went 4 innings against the Philippines Baseball Group on June 10th. Those were his last 3 starts. He's given up 2 or fewer runs in each of those starts. Very strong summer season. This ball's lifted into left field. Jackson Tyler races in and corrals it for out number 2.
In the cleanup spot for the Bombers, first baseman number 28, Gannon Dwyer.
Runner in scoring position for the cleanup hitter. 2 down. Gianluca Finelli retired. That brings up Gannon Dwyer. Gannon Dwyer, the first baseman this evening. Harrison at second. Clayton keeps him close. Lopez first pitch, breaking ball off the plate. Lopez takes a long look at second. Next pitch is strike 1 to Gannon Dwyer. Dwyer is a .214 hitter on the season, his 6th start for the Bombers in the California Collegiate League. Some of these players are also on the roster for the Western Baseball Association. Bombers play in 2 different leagues this summer. They did that last summer as well. Breaking ball finds the zone. Great spot from the southpaw. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Lopez takes a couple looks back to second. The 1-2 pitch, chopper to Williams at third. He blocks it with his glove, but no play on the throw. Inning continues. Runners at the corners with 2 outs for the San Diego Bombers. Aaron Mingo steps in. First at bat of the evening. First pitch. Lopez zips in a fastball. As part of the last-minute changes from manager Scott Stanley, Mingo was originally slated in the 8th spot. He's now batting 5th. E.J. Barnes switches places with him and bats 8th. Runner from first takes off. Buckley throws down to second. Emmerman's tag. Oh, it was there, but it's ruled safe. So Dwyer comes in with a stolen base. It'll go down on the stat sheet as that, but Buckley's throw is strong. Emmerman's tag was there. The third base umpire, Thomas Fitzpatrick, rules him safe. Scoring on the play is Aiden Harrison. Bombers have the first lead of the evening. 1 ball, 1 strike. Oof. I know we don't have the best angle here at the press box, but from our angle, the throw was in time. The tag looked to be there. Dwyer's not the fastest runner on this squad by any means. It's the first stolen base on the season. Mingo calls time as Lopez comes set. Mingo's a really impressive athlete. If you look at him, he's at 6'5". He towers over the home plate umpire. If you watched him during batting practice earlier today, he towers over a lot of his teammates as well. Native to Long Beach. He goes down swinging for the 3rd out of the inning, but a run does come in on a controversial call. The Bombers lead 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the 2nd. Quick break in the action before we get you the starting lineups for your Academy Barons. Bottom of the 1st inning, let's get you the starting lineups for the Academy Barons. In the leadoff spot, it's center fielder A.G. Sawamura. Elijah Clayton bats 2nd and plays short. Nick Sanders bats 3rd and plays right field. In the cleanup spot, it's Jason Del Villar. Nathaniel Williams plays 3rd and bats 5th. In the 6th spot, it's Mark Emmerman. Batting 7th is Nigel Buckley. Jackson Tyler bats 8th. And in the 9th spot, Bryce Morrison. He gets the DH duties here for the Academy Barons this evening. It's the final day of June 30th. That's the lineup for manager James Bishop. In his first year as a manager, but his 17 seasons as an assistant under the coach who's coaching first base this evening. A guest appearance, Kenny Landreau, former big leaguer and World Series champion with the 1981 Los Angeles Dodgers team. He's coached this program for a very long time. He's back as an assistant coach tonight because of, well, just lack of availability amongst other guys. Starting on the mound for the San Diego Bombers is Braden Davis, a right-hander, native to Woodinville, Washington. Will be a senior this upcoming season, or will be a grad transfer, excuse me. He's in the transfer portal. We'll get you the rest of the Bombers' defense in just a moment. A.G. Sawamura steps in, an electric player at the top of the order for the Barons. First pitch, perfectly placed outer half. Strike 1 to A.G. Sawamura. Braden Davis has only made 1 appearance this summer. Pitched 1 inning, walked 1 batter, and struck out 2. Sawamura shoots the next pitch foul. A quick 0-2 hole to the center fielder. That outing for Davis was against the OC Riptide as well, an impressive team in the CCL South. They're in first place in the standings. It's the second appearance on the summer and his first start. 0-2 off the plate. Sawamura is a .313 hitter this season. His 14th start of the year. Been very consistent and a very good outfielder. 1-2 pitch. High chopper. Davis comes off the mound. Fields it cleanly. 1-3 for the first out. In the bottom of the first. Elijah Clayton steps in. Plays shortstop for the Academy Barons. He plays a lot of infield. Mainly shortstop and second. Spent this past year at Campbell University, but he's another player in the transfer portal for the Academy Barons. Braden Davis, the starter, also in the transfer portal. Spent this past season at Youngstown State. The right-hander delivers a first pitch strike. The infield for the Bombers. Gannon Dwyer at first, Josh Tornillo at second, E.J. Barnes at short, Aiden Harrison at third. Clayton lines one into center field, and that's the first base knock for the Academy Barons this evening. 1-out single. The outfield for the Bombers defense. Aaron Mingo in right, Jackson Summers in center, Gianluca Finelli in left field. Dylan Towning gets the start behind the dish for the San Diego Bombers. That's the defense. For the Bombers, they're in their red uniforms, white pants. Academy Barons are in their traditional navy blue uniforms, white pants. Game number 19 on the season for the Barons. Elijah Clayton, one of the best stolen basemen in the CCL. 13 on the year, and he takes off on the first pitch to Sanders. Throw down to second, not going to be in time. A stolen base for Clayton. Sanders, who's at the plate, is teammates with Clayton this past spring at Campbell University. Sanders has bounced around, will be a senior this upcoming season. Shoots one through the right side, and it gets into right field. Clayton gets the wave on home. Here comes Mingo's throw all the way through, but up the first base line, and Sanders drives in his former teammate for the first run of the ballgame. We're tied at 1 in the bottom of the first. In a small sample size, Sanders has produced at a high level. It's his second start of the year, his third total game. He's 3 for 5 in at-bats this summer. So a great late addition for the Barons. They've lost a few players already. That's the nature of summer ball. Here comes the cleanup hitter, Jason Del Villar. He has to feel some type of way after getting snubbed from the CCL All-Star game this coming Saturday. First pitch, breaking ball, in for strike one. Del Villar not only leads the league in home runs this season with 4, he has a .317 batting average, 13 RBIs. He has 8 doubles, which is tied for the league lead. Very outstanding player and was named to the showcase game last year, but somehow was kept off the CCL South roster this season. Bit of a head-scratching decision. Nonetheless, Del Villar continues on. Comes up empty, and count moves to 1-2. Del Villar was a player last year we had a lot of fun watching. Big breakout season for him, as the year prior in the spring he was at Sonoma State and was injured, so he did not appear in any games. That's ball 2. Count even to the first baseman. Last summer, Del Villar was in the transfer portal. Then he went on to hit .337 in the summer season. Earned himself a scholarship to Cal State Monterey Bay. Sanders at first. That misses down in. It's a full count to Del Villar. 11 doubles last season, 3 home runs, and 24 RBIs in the summer for the Barons for Del Villar. Sanders takes off on the payoff pitch. Del Villar shoots it foul, out of play. 1 down, runner on first, bottom of the first inning. Quick move to first, no tag on Sanders. Dwyer holds the runner at first base. Middle infield, double play depth. Del Villar steps back in, will be a senior this upcoming season. Payoff pitch from Davis, misses down and in. Runners on first and second for the Barons offense. First walk issued by Braden Davis. A chance for Nathaniel Williams. He was named to the All-Star game earlier today. Again, the California Collegiate League just announced it. And speaking of CCL and Nathaniel Williams, he was just named Hitter of the Week for the Academy Barons for his performance. Put up quite some numbers last week in the action. He went 8 for 12 at the plate, a .667 batting average, and was named CCL Hitter of the Week. First pitch to Williams is off the plate. What's also impressive about Williams this entire season, he leads the team with 20 RBIs, second most in the CCL. He draws a lot of walks. A lot of pitchers work around him as he shoots the next pitch foul to the left side. Count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Sanders at first, Del Villar, or Sanders at second, Del Villar at first. Off the plate for ball 2. Even count. Sanders decent lead at second. Williams puts it up the middle, takes a crazy hop. It bounces to the second baseman, ricochets to Barnes. Throw to first. Not going to be in time. Dwyer kept his foot off the bag. 100 miles per hour off the bat. And the bases are loaded for the Academy Barons. Wacky play because Tornillo had a chance at it, but it was a diving chance. He dove. When he dove, the ball hit off his glove, then went to E.J. Barnes, who was covering the second base bag for a potential double play. His foot was off the bag, so nobody's out on the play. And the first pitch runs into Emmerman. A run comes in to score. I'm sure Emmerman wanted to hit, but the Barons have their first lead of the evening, 2-1. The bases remain loaded.
For the Barons, the catcher, number 16, Rachel Buckley.
Tough way to start for Braden Davis. His first start of the summer, he takes on Nigel Buckley. Buckley gets the start behind the dish. 14 starts on the summer season. Batting average a bit lower than I'm sure where he wants it. .220 on the summer. First pitch, outer half, strike 1. Del Villar's at first base, Williams at second, Mark Emmerman at first. Buckley steps back in. Catcher sends the next pitch foul. Buckley had an extremely productive season at Cal State Dominguez Hills in the spring. In 44 ball games, he hit .390, drove in 50 runs, hit 11 doubles, 9 home runs. Was named first team all-conference in the CCAA. Sends it into right field. It drifts out of play. Count remains 0-2 to Buckley. Last summer, Buckley came in as a late addition Only played in 10 ball games, hit 222, drove in 3 runs, 4 walks, 8 strikeouts. He did catch 5 runners stealing. Jackson Tyler awaits on deck. 0-2, and Buckley hits another foul. Dwyer is the only infielder on the edge of the grass at first. The rest of the infield back, hoping for a double play. Buckley does have 1 home run on the season. 0-2 pitch, he pulls it towards the third base side, and it's past Harrison. It gets into left field. Williams held up at third. Another run comes in to score. RBI single for Buckley. Barons have a 3-1 lead, and the bases remain loaded.
Give us a win for the Barons, number 47, Jackson Tyler.
Chance for Jackson Tyler to come up in a big spot. Williams at third, Emmerman at second, Buckley at first base. First pitch to Tyler. High chopper to the left side. E.J. Barnes charges. Goes to second. Ooh, close play. Tyler collides with Dwyer. At least the glove. Dwyer does apply the tag. Tyler is out. Williams comes in to score. The throw from Barnes pulled Dwyer off the bag towards the runner, who was coming in hot down the first base line. There's 2 outs in the inning. RBI ground out for Jackson Tyler. 2 runners in scoring position. Emmerman at third, Buckley at second. First pitch to the 9-hitter. All 9 men in the lineup have come to the plate in the bottom of the first inning. 26 pitches for Braden Davis on the mound. Morrison shoots one into right field and shallow. Mingo lays out, but it hits the ground. He tries to sell it as a catch. 2 more runs come in to score. And the Barons get 2 more runs. An RBI single for Bryce Morrison, and the inning continues.
Number 9, A.J. Sawamura.
A.G. Sawamura gets his second at-bat of the first inning. Six runs have come in thus far for the Barons, 2 outs. Sawamura puts down a bunt, first base side, a chance for the catcher, Towning, close play, but he guns out Sawamura. Not an easy thing to do. And for the Bombers, finally, it's their 3rd out. After putting up a 1 spot in the top of the first, the Barons respond with 3 of their own in the bottom half of the inning. To the top of the second when we come back. Thanks for tuning in to Barons Baseball here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. Barons lead 6-1 as we transition to the top of the second inning. Game number 19 on the season for the Academy Barons. They're 10-8 thus far, and they find themselves in the playoff hunt. We're just past the halfway mark of the season, a 34-game season, so Barons have passed the halfway mark. They're in third place, only half a game back of second, and more importantly, they're 3 games up on the Arroyo Seco Saints for that third and final playoff spot. 6-7-8 due up for the Bombers. First pitch, Dylan Towning rolls over to first base. Del Villar underhands it to Lopez late. Oh, man. And it's a close play. Bombers get the benefit of the doubt. Runner on first to begin the inning. Del Villar was deep at the first base side. Towning runs well for a catcher, and he legged out Lopez. First pitch to Jackson Summers is in there. We'll see Lopez pitch from the stretch. He goes from the third base side of the rubber. We had him on the broadcast a couple weeks ago. Fun getting to know his story and many other athletes that we've had here on the air. Towning at first. Does have 1 stolen base on the summer. 1-1 count. Summers takes ball 2. Summers makes his 9th start in the summer. That leads the Bombers in the CCL. He's hitting .207. Ball hit to the Williams at third. Over to Emmerman at second for 1. They try and go around the horn, but the throw back to Del Villar is behind. Jackson Summers reaches on a fielder's choice. There's 1 out in the inning, and E.J. Barnes gets his first at-bat of the day. Barnes is looking for a new home. Just finished his community college eligibility. First pitch, sky deep into left center field. Not that deep, but look deeper off the bat. Sawamura comes in for the second out of the inning. Just underneath that one.
Number 15, Josh Tornillo.
2 outs. Summers at first. He runs well. Does have 2 stolen bases, which leads the team. Josh Tornillo, the 9-hitter, steps in. Incoming freshman for Sacramento State, home of the Hornets. He takes ball 1 on the breaking ball from Lopez. Two straight misses to Tornillo. He's a .250 hitter on the summer season. It's only his 3rd start. 1 hit and 4 at-bats for the second baseman. It's a strike at the letters. Tornillo went with the check swing, but home plate umpire Paul Cohen says it's strike 1. Wind blowing out towards right field here at the Compton Youth Academy. 2-1 pitch. Inner half. Strike 2. Great spot from Lopez. Tails away from the right-handed hitter. Runner takes off for second. Buckley couldn't grab it cleanly. Summers gets his 3rd stolen base of the summer. It was a pitch high and a wide. A good chance for Buckley to make a throw. However, when he went to reach in that first time, couldn't grab it cleanly. Payoff pitch. Tornillo swings out of his shoes. 3rd strikeout of the outing for Gabe Lopez, and he keeps his team up 3-1. So we head to the bottom of the second. 2, 3, 4 hitters due up for the Barons when we come back. New pitcher on the mound for the San Diego Bombers, and it's a familiar face. For those of you who've been paying attention to the Barons this season, well, he threw in an inning early on the year. It's Harish Balachandran, who makes his first appearance for the San Diego Bombers. His statistics are already wiped from the Barons season stat list, but he did make 2 appearances, 1 at home and 1 on the road. He now plays with the San Diego Bombers. He's a player who has been out of college for the last 2 seasons, but he did spend some time at College of the Canyons and then played at University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. You see his final few warm-up pitches. He has a submarine delivery. Throws from underneath the table. He makes his first appearance for the San Diego Bombers. Familiar face to the Academy Barons. He'll face the 2-3-4 hitters, Elijah Clayton, Nick Sanders, and Jason Del Villar. We'll see how they face, we'll see how they fare against the Submariner. So first pitching change for the San Diego Bombers. Just looking at their dugout. It's a very empty dugout. Maybe shorthanded today. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the second. Barons lead 6-1. Balachandran's first pitch as he goes from the windup. Clayton misses his drag bunt attempt. So Braden Davis only lasts an inning. He throws 29 pitches before giving up 6 runs, all earned. Gave up 5 hits. Next pitch is off the plate. Davis, the starter, walked the batter and also hit one. That's downstairs. 2 balls and 1 strike. Clayton comes up empty on the swing. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Barons put up a crooked number in the home half of the first. We'll see how they do in the bottom of the second. 2-2 pitch from Balachandran. Nearly hits Clayton, but it's ball 3. The payoff pitch. That hits Clayton. He's aboard on first, and we'll see how Balachandran adjusts with the speedster at first base. Barons make some noise after their former teammate hits their current teammate. Nick Sanders for his second at-bat. We'll see how the Bombers just approach him in this at-bat because Sanders is a very talented player. He has the pedigree. He grew up in Waco, Texas, and earned a scholarship out of high school to the University of Texas, Austin. The Longhorns. That's no small feat. Clayton has a big lead at first. First pitch, hit up the middle, and it gets through into left field. Throw comes into third. It's off target. There's runners at the corners. Clayton uses his speed. He was going on the pitch, and once Sanders sent it in, it's going to be trouble for the Bombers defense. 2 singles for Sanders to start the game. A chance for the cleanup hitter, Jason Del Villar. He drew a walk in his last plate appearance. So we pull up some numbers on Harish Balachandran. His last season was 2025 at University of Arkansas Pine Bluff. Made 12 appearances, pitched 8 innings. Finished with an ERA of 14.63. Del Villar bloops it into left field, shallow. Gianluca Finelli comes in to charge. Throw is cut off. Well, he's tried to be cut off by Harrison. Another run comes in to score. Sacrifice fly, RBI. Makes it a 7-1 ball game. Sanders advances to second. He takes a minute as he walks around the bag, and manager James Bishop is going to go check in on his right fielder. He's the newest addition to the Academy Barons. That's the nature of summer ball. I guarantee you the next coming weeks we're going to see some players go, some players leave, and some new players join the roster. Sanders appears to be in some pain, but he'll stay in the game as he gives a thumbs up to the umpire and manager James Bishop. Clayton scored on the sacrifice fly. Barons lead 7-1. Runner in scoring position for Nathaniel Williams. He had a single in his last at-bat. Williams, the only position player to make the All-Star game in the California Collegiate League. It's his second season in a row making it to the showcase. First pitch, and Williams fouls it off the catcher. Barons have 7 runs and 6 hits thus far. The 0-1 to Williams. It drifts inside. Nearly gets the third baseman. Count moves to 1-1. Last summer, Nathaniel hit .331 in 30 ball games. He led the team, making the most appearances. Williams shoots one into deep left center field. Summers gives chase in the gap, and he hauls it in on the run. Sanders took off early, and he has to stay put at second. A long outnumbered 2 as Williams tried to send it to the opposite field. 2 outs for Mark Emmerman. Sanders stays at second. He misread the ball because Summers, as he was closing in on the catch, Sanders began to take off. He then had to retreat back to second. First pitch to Emmerman. He ropes it down the left field line. It's drifting, and it goes foul. Great contact from Emmerman, but just wide of staying fair. 2 players in the lineup that spent this past spring at San Diego State, Jackson Tyler and Mark Emmerman. Emmerman, the second baseman, Jackson Tyler, the 8th spot, batting or playing in left. Emmerman hits a strong chopper to the third baseman, Harrison. Deep towards the line. Oh, he has enough on the throw. That's out number 3. What a play by Harrison at the hot corner. Very Nolan Arenado-like. Harish Balachandran only allows 1 run against his former team here in the bottom of the second. Barons lead 7-1. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be back with the action after this. Top of the third inning coming up, and we'll see the top of the order for the San Diego Bombers. Aiden Harrison, Joey Doscasil, and John Luca Fanelli. We'll have a player interview as well during this inning. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for joining us here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. First pitch of the top of the third. Into the infield, Elijah Clayton hauls it in for the first out of the inning. Aiden Harrison's retired. And here in the broadcast booth, we're joined by Otis Boultinghouse, one of the outfielders for the Academy Barons. Thanks for making the time. So can you share your journey on how you became an Academy Baron this summer?
Yes, so I just graduated from.
Thank you. There you go.
Yeah, so I just graduated from Laguna Beach High School, and had an opportunity to come play for the Barons this summer, and I've been really enjoying it.
So 0-1 count to Joey Doskasil as Gabe Lopez starts him off with the ball downstairs. What's been the biggest jump going from high school ball to now college summer ball here?
I would say definitely the level of pitching. The pitching change is definitely a big shock at first. You see guys that can command multiple pitches for strikes, and a little bit of a velo jump as well. Definitely interesting adjusting to that, but it's definitely been fun challenge to get after it every day.
Can you take us back to the beginning and how your baseball journey started?
So back when I was just a kid, I was probably about 3-4 years old, and my sister joined the t-ball team. So I was like, oh, that sounds like fun. And so dad helped coach it up, and ever since then just loved it. Always loved hitting and perfecting my swing, perfecting my approach, and just the mental side of the game just really caught my attention, and always loved it since then.
It's a 2-2 count to Joey Doskasil. 1 out in the top of the third. Next pitch from Lopez is upstairs, and it runs the count full. You went to Laguna Beach High School. How did your last couple seasons go as an upperclassman?
Yeah, so actually transferred there after my sophomore year, and really had an opportunity to step up and be a leader. I won Offensive Player of the Year this year as my senior year with first team All-League. I feel like the seniors from my junior year really helped kind of lead us and set a good example for the future seniors to come in the program. And so I hit 333 this past year with 16 extra base hits and 16 stolen bases. So good way to end off high school, but yeah.
San Diego Bombers get 2 runs after the home run by Gianluca Finelli to the opposite field. Just like that, it's a 7-3 ball game as the Bombers continue to chip away. Top of the third, 1 down. That'll bring up Gannon Dwyer. We're here in the broadcast booth with Otis Boultinghouse. It also says that you played football while at Laguna Beach. How was that experience as a two-way athlete?
Yes, so I loved it. It was a great time. I was a wide receiver at Laguna Beach, and I really love the program there. Our coach, John Shanahan, does a great job really making us into good young men, and I feel like that's really helped out my baseball career a lot as an outfielder. It's really enhanced my athleticism and ability to track down fly balls, as well as be explosive on the bases. So I feel like that's really helped my career.
Was there ever a point that you thought about playing college football, or did you always know college baseball was your thing?
I've always kind of loved baseball a little more. I mean, I've played football tackle football since 8th grade, but I really have just always loved baseball a little more. So I always knew that the next level I wanted to definitely go into baseball.
1-2 pitch from Lopez evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Gannon Dwyer. Laguna Beach is also pretty close to the ocean, no? What was it like to live in that community and go to high school down there?
It was awesome. Yeah, we pretty small town, so great community support for our games, and yeah, it was awesome to, especially in our playoff run, be able to see all the families and younger Little League kids come out to our games, and yeah, it's a great spot right near the beach and stuff. Grew up going to the beach, so awesome experience.
There's 2 outs after Lopez strikes out Gannon Dwyer. Aaron Mingo makes his second at-bat of the evening. You recently committed to Pomona-Pitzer Division III school here in the Southern California area. What led to that decision process?
Yeah, so I've got a great opportunity from them. I really loved it there because of the great facilities, great coaching staff, and elite academics. And yeah, so really love the feel over there, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to next year.
2-0 count to Aaron Mingo. He struck out swinging in his last at-bat. There's 2 outs and nobody on base in the top of the third. 3-0 count after a miss from Lopez. Do you have a favorite thing to snack on while you're in the dugout on a day like this?
A day like this,
Hold
on. A day like this, can't go wrong with some sunflower seeds. I love the cracked pepper flavor especially, but yeah, it's great being out here.
What's one thing you've learned from a lot of the different players here on the Academy Barons this summer?
One thing I've definitely learned is to just keep grinding every day, put your head down, and you will get opportunities, and when you get those, you make the most of them and don't have any regrets with at-bats or time in the field. I feel like these guys set a good example as a incoming freshman. It's nice to feel welcomed and have a great group of guys to look up to. So
it's a 2-out single by Aaron Mingo that continues the inning for catcher Dylan Towning. Is there anyone in particular that you've grown close to here during the summer season?
I really like watching Reggie Sawamura play and Chip Mertz, 2 outfielders that are great examples, and yeah, just kind of all the guys have been great. So yeah.
It's a 1-0 count to the catcher Dylan Towning. On a day that you know you're going to start, what's something you like to include in your pregame routine?
I love to get a little energy drink right before the game in my system, get me stimulated, listen to some house music. I say a prayer to St. Michael before every game, and yeah, I just make sure I'm locked in, making sure I'm getting my throwing routine and getting the body loose. So yeah, I'd say those are the biggest things.
You mentioned house music. Do you have any favorite artists or DJs?
I really like It's Murph. Got some good beat drops and stuff. Kind of gets me hyped up. So yeah, I really like what they're doing. So yeah.
There's 2 runners on for the San Diego Bombers offense. Mingo at second, Towning at first after the hit by pitch. And he continues for Jackson Summers, and Lopez in some trouble. He was only 1 out away from getting out of the top of the third inning. 7-3 ball game. We're here in the broadcast booth with Otis Boultinghouse. Your name, not a very common name. Do you ever get some mispronunciations from teachers or other people growing up?
I do, with my last name especially. Yeah, just kind of a unique name, but yeah, I like it. It keeps me unique and kind of different, but yeah.
Foul ball. Jackson Summers gets another at-bat, gets another chance. You talked about your pregame routine. What's something you like to do post-game? Any meals that you like to particularly enjoy after a game?
Post-game, I really like Board and Brew. I always get the chicken club there. I really like it there. Always can't go wrong with some In-N-Out or Chipotle. And then, or my mom makes great home-cooked meals, so can't go wrong there either.
What's your favorite thing that your mom makes?
My mom makes some great pasta. She makes spaghetti and marinara. It's really good. She also makes really good turkey burgers. So those are definitely two of my favorites.
So Sanders records the third out of the inning. The Bombers do get 2 runs, and they trail 7-3. They strand runners at first and second as we head to the bottom of the third inning. Again, we're in the broadcast booth with Otis Boultinghouse. A couple more questions before we let you go. What's a piece of advice that you would give to your younger self?
Piece of advice I would give is to just trust the work. Just keep going at it, because I've seen my hard work pay off many times, like in the playoffs this past year, some clutch ABs, clutch hits, and yeah, it's just super rewarding to see all the cage work and like weight room stuff really pay off, and it's awesome to see. So I definitely tell my younger self, keep grinding, keep stacking days in the weight room, and it'll pay off.
Bottom of the third inning, we'll see the 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Academy Barons. Nigel Buckley, Jackson Tyler, and Bryce Morrison. Last question for you, Otis. We like to ask athletes from their hometown. So for you, Laguna Beach, is there a local spot that you really like to eat out that you want to shout out?
Local spot I like to eat out. I guess it's a chain, but I always just go to the Board and Brew in Laguna.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's actually just opened up this year, so yeah, that's been a great spot to go pre or post game, honestly. But yeah, I would just say that.
Okay, I'll second that one too, because I used to grow up going to the Tustin one, and I've seen them expand to different places, but that's a great spot to get sandwiches.
Yeah.
Again, that's Otis Boultinghouse joining us in the broadcast booth. Thank you again for making the time, and best of luck this season.
Thank you.
Bottom of the third inning. Thanks again to Otis Boultinghouse for joining us on the broadcast here for the Academy Barons. Game number 19 on the season. That's something we'll continue to do throughout the course of the year. We want you guys to know as many Academy Barons as possible. Try to have an interview on during the third inning. First pitch strike from Harish Balachandran to Nigel Buckley. Buckley is a native to Los Angeles, went to Sarah Gardena High School. Will be an upcoming redshirt junior at Cal State Dominguez Hills. 1 ball and 1 strike to count. It's 7:05, which means the Mexico-Ecuador game just started, and we'll be sure to give you some updates here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. I'm sure some of you listening want to keep tabs on that score. Foul ball by Buckley makes it a 1 ball and 2 strike count. This is my 3rd summer working with the Barons, but it's the first that we have World Cup action during Barons baseball games. That one hits Buckley in the elbow guard. Runner on first to lead off the inning for the Barons.
Number 47, Jackson Tyler.
Chance for Jackson Tyler. He hit into an RBI ground out in his first plate appearance. 7 runs off 6 hits. First pitch runs inside. Buckley thought about going as it got away from the catcher, Dylan Towning. Throw it again in Dwyer at first. Buckley gets in safely. Tyler shoots one into right center field. That's going to be extra bases. Mingo has to play it off the wall, Buckley gets the wave at third, and Tyler heads for third base. Here comes the throw. It's off target. Skips all the way to the padding, and Tyler has an RBI triple here in the bottom of the third. Barons lead 8-3. Big extra base hit for Jackson Tyler, who continues to see the ball well. It's his second extra base hit. He has 3 total hits in the summer season. One of them is a double, one of them now a triple. Like to see that for a player in the transfer portal. He has 2 RBIs on the evening. Bryce Morrison to the plate. Infield comes in for the Bombers. First pitch down and away. Like Otis Boultinghouse, who we just had on the air, Bryce Morrison also just graduated high school. He went to Gar High School in Cerritos. Morrison puts one up the middle. Harish stops it with his glove. Throw to first in time. What a play by the pitcher for the first out. Tyler does come in to score. So an RBI ground out for Bryce Morrison. Base is empty for A.G. Sawamura. Back to the top of the order. Ball sent into left field. Gianluca Finelli calls it in on the run. 2 outs in the bottom of the third. 7 hits in the contest thus far, but Sawamura's 0 for 3. Rough day for the center fielder. He tries to find an answer. Get away on base. Elijah Clayton steps in for his third at-bat. Was hit by a pitch. He was the first batter to face Harish Balachandran, the former Baron. Came around to score in the first and in the second inning. High chopper to his counterpart, E.J. Barnes. Throw low. Dwyer keeps his foot on the bag and makes an athletic play across the diamond. One shortstop grounds out to another. To end the inning, the Barons get 2 more runs thanks to Jackson Tyler's RBI triple and then an RBI ground out from Bryce Morrison. Barons lead 9-3, top of the 4th inning when we come back. Gabe Lopez comes out for the top of the 4th inning. He's thrown 58 pitches thus far, and while he hasn't been his sharpest of the season, he still picked up 4 strikeouts. He's limited amount of free base runners he's given up to the Bombers. He did give up 2 runs in the top of the 3rd, and the 3 runs total is the most he's allowed in a start this season. So a very strong summer for Gabe Lopez. His 4th start of the year. Entered today with an ERA at exactly 3. We'll see how that changes his numbers. And if he can get out of this 4th inning, continue to lower the ERA. No one warming up in the bullpen for the Academy Barons, and no one should be. Gabe Lopez has been one of the more solid arms. You expect him to get through this 4th and maybe even go a 5th if he keeps the pitch count low. He'll face E.J. Barnes, Josh Tornillo, and Aiden Harrison. 8-9 one-hitters. Lopez hits his spot, but it's ruled ball 1. Next pitch is off the plate for ball 2. Barnes hit a double. Or check that, flew out to center field in his last at-bat. Three straight misses from Lopez. Barnes started his collegiate career at San Jose State. He redshirted in 2024, spent one season at Golden West, and then transferred to Southwestern Community College down in San Diego. That's off the plate for ball 4. So after the first pitch, borderline call was ruled a ball. Lopez misses on 3 straight. It's the second walk issued by the left-hander. He's also hit a batter. So 3 free passes from the lefty. Just 4 hits allowed. Tornillo steps in. He was a strikeout victim in his first at-bat. That's at the letters, strike 1. Tornillo, another young player, just graduated high school. Breaking ball, pulled foul towards Scott Stanley at third base. Scott Stanley, the manager of the San Diego Bombers. He has them playing in 2 different leagues, California Collegiate League and the Western Baseball Association. He's also, he plays a big hand in the Western Baseball Association and helping that league run. Lopez misses low and inside to Tornillo. Count moves to 1-2. Barnes at first. Does have 1 stolen base on the year. Picked up 2 with Southwestern last season. Tornillo hits a rocket up the middle. Sawamura plays it on 1 hop. Barnes stays at second, and there's 2 runners on to begin the top of the 4th inning. Bishop calls time. There is a right-hander getting loose in the bullpen for the Academy Barons. He just started throwing not too long ago. Don't think this is a pitching change mound visit, but more of a mound visit to see where Gabe Lopez is at, see where his mind's at, and see if he can finish this inning. One thing I like about Gabe Lopez from getting to know him, though, this summer, he has the right attitude you want for a guy on the mound. Doesn't fear anybody. He wants to attack hitters. When his stuff is right, he is a tough pitcher to face against. And he doesn't have overpowering stuff, but he can throw all of his pitches for strikes. And it throws a lot of not only right-handers off guard, but the left-handers that he faces as well. Nine-3 ball game, 2 runners on. Mingo at second. Barnes at second, Tornillo at first. Aiden Harrison steps in. Nobody out in the inning. First pitch from Lopez. Oh, Harrison launches one in deep left center field. Sawamura back at the track. Makes the catch on the run, and he crashes into the wall. Oh, what a play by the center fielder. My goodness. Sawamura has made a few incredible plays this summer. That might be the top of the list as far as best plays we've seen from a Barons defender.
Number 10, Joey Dascasino.
1 out of the inning. Joey Daska still makes his way up. 96 miles per hour off the bat of Aiden Harrison, and he gave it a ride. Big bender, drops to the letters, but it's ruled ball 1. Next pitch will be the 70th of the outing for Gabe Lopez. Emmerman keeps Barnes close at second base, and Lopez misses 2 straight. Lopez gets a lot of action this summer after not appearing in more than 2 ball games this spring for Cal State Dominguez Hills. It's 2-1 count. Doskasil behind on the pitch. Lopez pitched in one ball game for Cal State Dominguez Hills this spring. Suffered an injury and was out the remainder of the year. So has to feel good to be out back on the mound in summer. Lopez delivers downstairs. 3 balls and 1 strike. Swing and a miss. Doskasil makes it a full count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Gianluca Finelli, batter on deck. Doskasil with decent speed out of the batter's box. Might be tough to turn to for the Barons defense. Payoff pitch, and Doskasil sends it foul. Clayton and Emmerman in double play depth. Del Villar behind the runner at first. Barnes at second, Tornillo at first. The payoff pitch, shot into right field. Sanders towards the line, hauls it in on the run. Barnes was almost at third base, has to retreat back to second. 2 down and neither runner can tag up. Sanders is a good athlete. He played football and baseball growing up in high school, and then even spent some time on the University of Texas football team. No easy feat. He's a big kid, moves well for someone at 6'2". He played running back in high school and at the University of Texas. Lopez pitches from the third base side. The first pitch up and away to Gianluca Finelli. Next pitch is off the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Lopez seems to work around Finelli in this at-bat after he hit the 2-run home run into right field. We've seen some pretty impressive home runs this summer season, but hitting one to the opposite field for a right-hander in a wooden bat league at that. Very impressive at-bat by Finelli. For him, it's his first home run of the summer season. Barnes takes off for third. Buckley's throw a bit high, and Williams can only get a glove on it as it pops out. He saved it from going into left field. Double steal for the San Diego Bombers offense. The home run that Finelli hit, too, was on the first pitch of the at-bat versus Lopez. 3-1 pitch. Finelli cracks one to straightaway center. On a line, Sawamura holds it in on the run. So the Bombers strand 2 runners in scoring position. Great piece of pitching from Gabe Lopez, who allowed the first 2 runners to reach in the inning. But as things got tight, he locked in, zeroed in on his performance, and he keeps it a 9-3 ball game. Bottom of the 4th when we come back. Back here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. My name is Noah Alvarez. Thanks for tuning in, wherever you may be tuning in from. Game number 19 on this Tuesday evening. Barons are 10-8. They've won 3 of their last 4, 5 of their last 7, and hope to continue the strong play as we just passed the halfway mark of the Academy Barons season. New pitcher on the mound for the San Diego Bombers. Anthony Finelli takes over. He's the brother of Gianluca Finelli, the one who hit the home run in the top of the third inning and made it a 9-3 ball game. Bombers trail by 6, but they continue to chip away. It's not a bad offense. They have a good pool of talent on this Bombers roster. They're only 2-9 though in CCL play. They've lost 6 of their last 7 games. They did pick up an impressive victory over the Orange County Riptide last week on Wednesday night. A 5-3 ball game, winning in Orange County at the Great Park in Irvine. Anthony Finelli makes his second appearance of the summer season. He pitched 1 inning, walked 2 batters, did not record a strikeout or allow any hits or runs. So Finelli takes over on the mound. Pretty cool moment, I'm sure, for the parents of both Anthony and Gianluca, as they're on the field for the same time here in college baseball. I'm sure they used to do that a lot growing up during Little League and that sort of deal, travel ball and so on and so forth. We do have a score update. Mexico scores the first goal of the evening as they take on Ecuador in the 23rd minute. A 1-0 match in favor of Mexico. Sanders skies one into the air, shallow right field. Tornillo towards the line, calls off his teammates, and that's the first out. A 1-pitch out to begin the outing for Anthony Finelli. Because we're in the city of Compton, expect to see some fireworks go off, although there's still plenty of daylight here in Southern California, just past 7:20 this evening. Jason Del Villar steps in, drew a walk in his first at-bat and hit a sacrifice fly. Del Villar takes ball 1 downstairs. Del Villar is coming off a monster spring season in which he led the Cal State Monterey Bay offense with 66 RBIs. It's the 3rd most in Monterey Bay program history. 2 straight misses downstairs from Finelli. Del Villar is a native to Corona. Went to Corona Centennial. Played 2 seasons at San Bernardino Valley. That runs in and hits the first baseman. He's aboard. First hit by pitch for him this evening, but that's something he's grown accustomed to. During the spring season, he was hit 12 different times, which led his team in that department. And in this year, summer season, he's been hit 8 times, tied for the team lead with Antonio Lujan, who gets the day off today. It's the 4th hit batter by a Bombers pitcher. Del Villar at first base, Nathaniel Williams at the plate. Gannon Dwyer holds the runner at first, and he battles the sun. First pitch at the knee, strike 1. If it's your first time tuning into an Academy Barons game, the sun sets over the third base dugout and beams bright during this hour. Del Villar goes for second, stolen base. He's in standing as the pitch was well off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Dwyer gets a break from the sun, but the sun sits low just above the dugout. Today, there is quite a bit of overcast and clouds coming in from the coast, which does help. Between 7 and 8, the sun is bright, solely on the first baseman, the runner at first base umpire. Ball hit on the ground, off Dwyer's glove. Tornillo comes up with it, but no one's covering first base. Throw goes to third, but Del Villar retreats and gets in safely. Runners at the corners. 1 out. Chance for Mark Emmerman. He reached in his first at-bat, but he was hit on the first pitch. That was against the starter, Brandon Davis, who only lasted an inning. Bottom of the 4th inning, it's already the 3rd pitcher used by the Bombers. Good pitching is tough to come by. First pitch to Emmerman is downstairs. Delviar at third and Dan Williams at first. Infield back, ready for a double play ball. Towning slides to his right and keeps the ball near home plate. Great work by the catcher. A lot of players from San Diego Mesa College on this roster, Towning one of them. Native to Kingman, Arizona. Works hard behind the dish. 2-0 count for Finelli. Emmerman leans out of the way. 3 straight misses, and Finelli is in danger of loading the bases. That runs in and gets him. Emmerman hit for the second time this evening. He's going to be sore after this one. Bases loaded for Nigel Buckley. Second time this evening. 5th hit batter by a Bombers pitcher. Anthony Finelli has already hit 2. Harish Balachandran has hit 2. And the starter Braden Davis hit Mark Emmerman in his only inning of work. Base, a runner at every station. Buckley steps in. Was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat. Hit an RBI single in the first. Upstairs, ball 1. Time is called. Dylan Towning makes his way to the mound. Anthony Finelli struggling a bit early in this outing. Bottom of the 4th. Barons lead 9-3. The lights are on here at the Academy. The Barons have 2 more games after tonight before the CCL All-Star break. The Barons will travel to Pasadena to take on the Saints tomorrow, and then they host the Santa Barbara Foresters Thursday evening. That should be a good one. The Foresters are always one of the best teams in the California Collegiate League. They have the best record in the South Division. Two balls and no strikes. Finelli misses down and away. A right-hander jogs over to the bullpen for the Bombers to get loose. Buckley in the driver's seat. That's behind Buckley and Delviar. Comes in from third base. Wild pitch. Makes it a 10-3 ball game. Now time is called by manager Scott Stanley. So again, looking at the upcoming schedule, they take on the Arroyo Seco Saints. The Barons are currently up on the Saints 4 games in the loss column. The Saints are 6-12. The Barons are 10-8. We bring that up because that's going to be the 3rd place spot in the CCL South Division. The Barons are 1 game back of the Conejo Oaks, who are 11-7. The Barons are 10-8 as we play this game tonight. We'll have a new pitcher in the ball game for the San Diego Bombers. And he takes over with a 3-0 count versus Nigel Buckley. We'll stay on during this break in the action. So the new pitcher on the mound for the San Diego Bombers is Evan Chan, a very familiar face. He pitched a couple of days ago, Friday night, when the Barons hosted the San Diego Bombers for their 3rd meeting of the season. Bombers are hoping for an answer, someone to throw strikes and keep the ball away from the barrels of the Barons' bats. But again, going back to this week's schedule for the Academy Barons, they have a game tomorrow in Pasadena to take on the Saints, and then they host the Santa Barbara Foresters. They're 17-3 on the year. That's the best record in the CCL South Division. and the best record in just the California Collegiate League entirely. But the Santa Barbara Foresters do play in the NBC World Series at the end of July, which it takes place in Wichita, Kansas. The San Diego Bombers also play in that World Series. And because the Foresters don't play in the California Collegiate League playoffs, that means the Riptide are technically the 1 seed, the Oaks are in second, and the Barons are just a game back in third place. 3 teams from the South, 3 teams from the North get into the postseason. There's a wild card matchup between the 2 and 3 seeds, and then the 1 seed hosts the winner of that ball game. Back to today's game, Evan Chan makes his way to the mound, gets a few warm-up pitches, and for the right-hander, it's his 4th appearance of the summer. He has a 6.35 ERA through 5 2/3 of an inning. He's given up 5 hits, 4 runs, does only have 1 strikeout to 5 walks. So the free bases are an issue for Evan Chan. We do have another score update from the Mexico-Ecuador game. Mexico leads 2-0 in the 32nd minute of the first half. Goals by Julian Quiñones and Raul Jimenez. We'll check in on some scores as well from around the CCL. Earlier today, the Conejo Oaks defeated the Philippines baseball group 6-2, the final score. The Foresters have a big 11-0 lead over the Arroyo Seco Saints. The other game in Southern California is between the Riptide and the Waves. They're scoreless in the top of the 3rd inning. After Thursday's game, the Barons will have Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off. They get to enjoy their 4th of July weekend. Well, that is, except the players who were selected to the CCL All-Star Game. This year, the All-Star Game, the All-Star Game will be on Saturday, July 4th. You mentioned Nathaniel Williams, but also Jaden Edwards and Amari Yolas made the CCL South roster and will play in the game this upcoming Saturday. Now, something new that they did, the game is in Reno, Nevada. It's the first time that's happened here in the California Collegiate League. The Reno Aces are a AAA team, and they're lending out their stadium to the California Collegiate League to host their All-Star Game. It's a pretty cool moment. The players will make their way to Reno, Nevada on Friday, playing a game Saturday, and then head back to enjoy the rest of the weekend and time off before they return to action Tuesday. It's a grind of a summer season, but congratulations to Nathaniel Williams, Mariolas, and Jaden Edwards for making the All-Star team. Evan Chan had a pretty long warm-up. He was someone who only got a few warm-up pitches in the bullpen. Took his time getting loose. He takes over with runners on 2nd and 3rd. And they walk Nigel Buckley. They don't even throw a pitch. So bases loaded.
Number 47, Jackson Tyler.
Williams at 3rd base, Emmerman at 2nd, Buckley at 1st, Jackson Tyler to the plate. Seen the ball well. 2 RBIs in the evening, a triple in his last at-bat. Gannon Dwyer at the edge of the grass at 1st, rest of the infield back. First pitch, slider, breaks in the zone for strike 1. Next pitch is down and away. 2 balls and no strikes to count to the left fielder. The 1-1 pitch. Tyler pokes one into left field and shallow. That drops in front of Gianluca Finelli. 2 more runs come in to score for the Barons. Throw is up the 3rd base line. Wasn't going to be in time to get Emmerman. A 2 RBI single for Tyler. He has 4 RBIs on the evening. "12 hits.
Coming to the plate for the Barons, number 36, Bryce Morrissey.
Sorry, 12 runs in the ball game for the Academy Barons off 9 hits. Morrison gets called for a swinging strike to begin the at-bat. Pitch that was down and away, far out of the zone, but Morrison started to go around. Evan Chan pitched in Friday's game versus the Academy Barons. Came in the middle of the ball game. Get you his line later on. Morrison comes up empty, and he's down 0-2. Chan came in the ball game in the 5th inning with 1 out. Picked up the final 2 outs in the 5th versus the Barons Friday night. Morrison sends a blooper into right center field. Mingo has a beat on it. Makes the catch on the run. Buckley tags from 2nd to 3rd. And Tyler retreats back to first base. 2 outs in the inning. Athletic play by Mingo in the outfield. Barons have scored a run in each of the first 4 innings. Another big offensive day.
Go to the plate for the Barons, number 9, AJ Sawamura.
Back to the top of the order for A.G. Sawamura. If you're wondering what the most runs the Barons have scored in the ball game this summer, it's 14. They did it against the Arroyo Seco Saints on June 24th. Close play, but Tyler beats the tag. Dwyer holds the runner at first. The Barons also scored 13 runs in a game versus the Oaks on June 20th. First pitch is off the plate, and it squirts out of the glove of the catcher Towning. Buckley comes in to score. Pass ball from the Barons catcher. Tyler advances to 2nd. Barons have scored 12 runs twice. This is their 2nd time scoring 13 runs. Still plenty of ball game left in this one. A lopsided affair. Barons lead 13-3 early on. Sawamura can't make contact. Next pitch from Chan is off the plate. 2 balls and 1 strike. Fourth pitcher used by the Bombers. Braden Davis started the ball game. Then Harish Balachandran. Despite giving up 3 runs, he looked the strongest of the 4 pitchers. Sawamura can't make contact again. Batting average has dropped these past couple of games. Sawamura was at one point hitting .330. Batting average down to .313. Entering today. He's 0 for 3 to start. Still looking for his first hit. Sawamura shoots one foul into the riverbed. Very lovely sky that we have on deck. Kind of see it on your screen. The sun begins to set. The sky starts to change colors. Not quite there yet. Good mixture of different blues in the air. Another 2-2 pitch. Tyler takes off for 3rd and a stolen base. No throw from the catcher, Towning. Runner 90 feet away. Full count to Sawamura. Elijah Clayton in the on-deck circle. Payoff pitch, and Sawamura stays alive. Native to Matsuyama, Japan. Tamura is the 8th batter to come to the plate for the Barons in the inning. The Barons sent 10 to the plate in the first. Another payoff pitch from Chan that sails way above the zone. Easy take. Another at-bat for Elijah Clayton. He's the 9th batter of the inning for the Academy Barons. 4 runs in thus far. Runners at the corners. Anthony Finelli started the inning but only picked up an out. Ivan Chan on the mound. Runner takes off for second. No throw. Sawamura gets in with the stolen base. It's been that kind of evening for the San Diego Bombers. This has to feel good for the Barons, who were on the other end of this on Sunday's game against the San Diego Waves. The Waves defeated the the Waves defeated the Barons 16-2. That ball hits Clayton on the backside of his leg. That nearly got behind him, but a hit batter keeps the inning alive, and there's a runner at every base. Remember, there is no mercy rule in the California Collegiate League. 9 innings must be played, regardless of the score. We mentioned the 16-2 ball game on Sunday. That was the first time the Barons, actually the second time the Barons were on that end of it. They lost 15-4 against the San Luis Obispo Blues back on June 18th. First pitch to Sanders is off the plate. If you go back to the game, the first meeting between these two teams, Barons-Bombers on June 9th, the Bombers did get the best of the Barons 12-5. That game was pretty competitive until later on in the ball game. So 3 times the Barons have been in lopsided defeats. It's a 2-0 count to Sanders. And 3 times this year they've been on the winning side of a lopsided game. They defeated the Oaks 13-3, the Saints 14-1, and the Bombers 11-5 last Friday. The 2-0. Upstairs, and Chan can't find the zone. No one in the bullpen yet for the San Diego Bombers. Two outs in the inning. That does land down the inner half. 3-1 count to Sanders, the newest Academy Baron. Big right-hander steps back in. The 3-1 from Chan. Sanders pulls one, third base side, and nearly gets Tyler, the runner at third. It's a full count. Now, had that hit Tyler, it would be a foul ball, and there's nothing wrong about that. And that's only because Tyler is in foul territory. Something they teach you in Little League. When you're at third base, you want to creep into foul territory, so if the ball hits you, it's a foul ball. But if you're in fair territory down the third baseline and the ball hits you, well, then it's an out. And that would have been the third out of the inning. Payoff pitch from Chan. That's ball 4 as he misses low and away. Tyler comes in to score, and it's a 14-3 ball game after the walk.
Number 23, Jason Delviar.
Another chance for Jason Delviar. He skies the first pitch deep into left field. Finelli towards the line. Hauls it in on the run. He caught it in foul territory, and finally that's the third out of the inning. But not before the Barons get 5 more runs, and they lead 14-3. The 14 runs scored is tied for the most runs scored in a ball game this summer season. Top of the 5th inning when we come back. New pitcher on the mound for the Academy Barons. Jimmy Canale takes over in the top of the 5th inning. That means the day is done for Gabe Lopez. Another strong performance from the left-hander. Not his best of the season, but he puts his team in a winning position. Barons lead 14-3 over the visiting San Diego Bombers. Barons are 10-8 this season. The Bombers are 2-9. Remember, the Bombers are an affiliate team. They also play in the Western Baseball Association, so they compete in 2 different leagues, a busy schedule, and quite a few of the players participate in both different leagues. Canale's a tall right-hander, and we'll get you the numbers this past season for the big righty. He'll face the 4, 5, 6 hitters. The first pitch is off the plate to Gannon Dwyer. Gannon Dwyer, Aaron Mingo, and Dylan Towning are the 3 batters due up in this half of the inning. Canale fires in strike 1. Canale is a native to Huntington Beach, but went to Cuesta College. Just finished his freshman season. Dwyer sends it into left. Routine for Tyler as he strolls to the left field line. That's the first out of the inning. One down for Aaron Mingo. This past spring, we'll get you the numbers in just a second for Canale. First pitch strike to Aaron Mingo, and here in the broadcast booth, we're joined by one of the pitchers for the Academy Barons, Shamir Marshall. Thanks for making the time.
What's up, Noah? How you doing, man?
Pretty good. I'm glad to have you on.
Yes,
You're
sir.
in the top of the 5th inning. Canale fires in strike number 2. Shamir, if you don't mind sharing, how did you become an Academy Baron this summer?
I became Academy Baron. I played 3 summers here already, so just kind of knowing the coaching staff a little bit and having a pretty good year at school.
Swing and a miss. Canale gets his first strikeout as Mingo goes down, out number 2. If you could take us back to the beginning, Shamir, and how you got into the sport of baseball in the first place.
Sorry, how I got into
the sport of baseball in the first place?
I just got into it. My granddad played baseball. was like a big inspiration for me. So looking up to him, seeing what he did in his career, kind of was my motivation getting into the game, and just took off from there.
Did you always know you wanted to be a pitcher, even from a young age?
No, so I started pitching actually when I came to Compton. Good play, Eli. I started pitching mostly when I came to Compton. I was a two-way previously, and yeah, Coach Shannon got me as a pitcher.
It's a 1-2-3 inning in the top of the fifth for Jimmy Canale. We send it to the bottom of the fifth inning, and due up for the Academy Barons is Nathaniel Williams, Mark Emmerman, and Nigel Buckley. We're joined in the broadcast booth by Shamir Marshall, one of the left-handed pitchers for the Academy Barons. It's your third summer here playing for the Barons. You mentioned, what are some things that you've learned from coaches like James Bishop, Lorenzo Gray, and many others?
I learned a lot from them. They have a lot of poise, a lot of confidence, and they preach consistency. So I feel like just learn how to be level-headed through the ups and the downs, even when things aren't going well. Just keep showing up and doing your best.
You mentioned that you started your career at Compton College, then transferred to West LA. What was the decision to leave Compton and eventually play at West LA?
So I ended up just moving to South Central, and it was local, and I also knew Coach Hill. Kind of needed a fresh start, but went over there, just try to put one foot in front of the other, just stay focused on baseball and not the things outside of baseball, just stay focused. It was a decision to be more, I would say focused, but also like new environment as well, because I was here for 2 years already. So going over there was just new environment.
You mentioned that second year you suffered an injury.
Yeah.
What was that recovery process like for you?
That process was it was a long one. So I originally got injured in 24, I believe, 23 or 24. I can't remember. Dealing with some arm issues, I had to decide whether I wanted to get surgery or just do rehab. I ended up choosing rehab. That didn't work out, so I eventually did get surgery, and had to make that process even longer. So it was a long process, but I'm just glad to be back out here.
What was the biggest adjustment after your surgery that you had to make while on the mound?
Biggest adjustment was just my mechanics. I was working a lot over the fall on just how to move better to prevent injury in the future. I know it's important how to move. It's important to move right in this game, so just focusing on that and staying in the weight room, taking care of my body, eating right, all that played a part in coming back to the game.
So after a season at West LA, you end up transferring to Vanguard. Can you explain how that opportunity came about?
Yeah, so I just had a pretty good year. Some schools reached out. Vanguard was a pretty good option. Coach Pegg brought me on to the squad, and I was just blessed to have that opportunity.
Nathaniel Williams to lead off the bottom of the fifth. 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for the Academy Barons. They lead 14-3, and Evan Chan remains in the ball game on the mound for the San Diego Bombers. What would you say the biggest jump is from the community college level to pitching in Division II?
Just more disciplined batters. Players like Nathaniel Williams, guys like that, who go on to the next level. Just discipline, know what to swing at, what not to. Just that's the main difference.
Now, over the course of your career, you've spent time as a reliever, coming out of the bullpen, but you've also spent time in the starter, especially this past spring with Vanguard. What are the differences in warm-ups or how you prepare yourself for those two different opportunities?
As a bullpen guy, you kind of just got to be ready every day. Starter, you kind of have an idea of when you're throwing. So just going out there and as a starter, it's a little easier, I feel like. Good hit there. Starts a little easier. You have your routine. You start that the day after your start. You're ready for your next start. So you just, if you throw on a Saturday, the process to get ready for next Saturday is on Sunday. So you just have the 6 days in between, and you could line it up perfectly.
Runner on first after the single by Mark Emmerman. 1 out for Nigel Buckley. Do you have a preference, something you enjoy more versus starting versus coming out of the bullpen?
Probably starting. But I enjoy both. I just enjoy pitching in general.
What's your favorite thing you would say about pitching?
Just competing. It's just me versus you. So I like that.
0-1 the count to Nigel Buckley. On a day you know you're going to start, what's something you like to include in your pregame routine?
Pregame routine, prayer. I like to include. I was doing water bags in the fall a little bit, or in the spring. But I like really just prayer. I like a good meal before the game, and just to ease into your progression. You don't want to just fly through it. You want to take your time, and just having that time is nice. So.
What are your favorite type of meals to eat before a game?
I like Chipotle.
Okay.
Chipotle guy. Nothing too crazy, but something light, but keep it going.
Any songs like you like to have on your pregame playlist?
Anything Nipsey.
Okay.
Anything Nip.
Nipsey, another Los Angeles native.
Yes,
right?
sir.
What do you, I guess, what can you share that you like most about Nipsey Hussle and his music?
Just the motivation factor. Just always bouncing back from a loss. He preaches that throughout his music and his projects. So I can resonate with that. Took a lot of losses, so that's what I like about Nip.
1-1 count to Jackson Tyler. Runners at the corners with one out in the bottom of the fifth inning. Again, we're joined by Shamir Marshall here in the broadcast booth on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. Talked about your pregame process. What's something you like to do after your game, after you pitch?
So crossover symmetry bands, pretty good. Got to get your running in, get your sprints in. It's mandatory. I would say that. Good rest the night and the night after is important, and good meal and hydrate. Make sure you hydrate. A lot of water.
Goes down as a hit for Jackson Tyler. There's runners at the corners. Another run comes in to score for the Academy Barons, and they lead 15-3 here in the bottom of the fifth. We're joined by Shamir Marshall in the broadcast booth. Bryce Morrison makes his way to the plate, his fourth at-bat of the evening. Do you have a favorite thing to snack on in the dugout on a game like this?
Just seeds. Man, got a lot of seeds, different flavors from the guys. We're just sharing seeds.
Do you have a favorite flavor?
I like chili lime. Chili lime, yeah.
0-1 the count to Morrison. Earlier we talked about the things you've learned from the coaches. Is there anything you've learned from your fellow teammates over the course of the years here with the Academy Barons?
This summer, Amari been helping with my process, just getting out in front. Yeah, he gets out in front really well. That's why he throws the way he does. So just listening to guys like that who do well, who understand what they're doing.
1 ball and 2 strikes to count to Morrison. There's also a few youngsters like Morrison. Otis Boultinghouse just graduated high school. What impresses you the most as a college player yourself about the youngsters coming up from the next level?
Man, it looks like they already played at college. Like these guys grind. They have a lot of discipline. Some of the young hitters on his team, also some of the younger arms, really disciplined hitters.
To fly out to right field for the second out of the inning. Both runners stay put. Tyler at first, Buckley at third. Now we'll go back to the top of the order. A chance for A.G. Sawamura. He's 0 for 3 with the walk this evening. He picked up a stolen base the last time he was on the base path. Now as a left-hander, you don't often deal with guys trying to steal on you, but what's something different you have to do when there's riders on base versus nobody on base?
Something I've been needing to work on more, I could say, holding runners. Something different. This pitching out the stretch for me is a little different than a windup. So making that adjustment in the game is something I need to work on, and I'm doing it here this summer. Just trying to get that feel for it.
Did you have a favorite player growing up that you watched at the MLB level?
I like Kershaw a lot. So I'm a Dodger fan, so I like Kershaw. I like Matt Kemp. Yeah, as a pitcher, on the pitcher side, probably Kershaw's my guy.
1-1 count to Sawamura. Tyler at first, Buckley at third. The next pitch from Chan. 2 strikes after a ball sent foul to the left side, out of play. I like to ask pitchers this. What do you miss about hitting? Because you said you were a two-way player before college.
Just squaring up a ball, like getting a good barrel, and then rounding first base. If it's a single, just that sigh of relief after you sneak one through or get one in the gap. I would say it's no better feeling, but now it's getting a strikeout for me.
2 balls and 2 strikes to count to Sawamura. A couple more questions for you, Shamir, before you go. I also like to ask players from their native hometown or wherever you grew up around.
Yeah.
What's the local spot that you like to eat at that you want to shout out?
That's good. There's a burger spot off of Florence called Fresh and Meaty.
Okay.
That's pretty good. I like the Tams off of Rosecrans. It's pretty good. I used to go there with some of the guys on a Compton College team, so I would say those two spots. I like a good burger, so yeah.
2-2 count to Sawamura after the foul ball. Bombers are 1 out away from getting out of the inning. Sawamura sends it on the ground to Barnes, taps second base for the 3rd and final out. So last question for you. What's some advice that you would give to your younger self, Shamir?
Advice I would give to my younger self is take it day by day. It's so cliche, but it's very important. Look at the next day. Don't look at the future too much. Take every day as, like it could be your last day playing. And you'll look up and you'll be in a good spot.
Again, that's Shamir Marshall, one of the pitchers for the Academy Barons in his 3rd summer with the Barons. We appreciate you making the time, and best of luck this summer.
Thank you, Noah. I appreciate you.
Top of the 6th when we come back. Jackson Summers steps in to lead things off versus Canelli. The top of the 6th inning. Canelli, big right-hander, blows a fastball right by him. Oh, 0-1 count to Summers. 0 for 2, reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd inning. Comes up empty on another swing. Canelli is a Huntington Beach native, but spent the past year at Cuesta College in San Luis Obispo, quite a few away from home. Made 9 appearances, pitched 17 innings. ERA was at 7.41. Summers down on 3 pitches. Easy strikeout for Jimmy Canelli. Did have a chance to chat with Canelli, and he did talk about transferring back closer to home this upcoming school year. We'll see where he ends up during the summer season. E.J. Barnes makes his way to the plate. He's 0 for 1, drew a walk in his last at-bat. Canelli has been another effective arm for the Barons this summer season. It's his 4th appearance. Barnes hits the first pitch into the air. Right side. Del Villar says he has it. Out number 2. His previous 3 outings on the mound were starts. This is his first relief appearance. Canelli's gone 9 1/3, given up 7 hits, 8 runs, 12 strikeouts to 3 walks. Batters are hitting .206 against him. where he's run into some trouble as he's hit 3 batters. He has a 1-1 win-loss record. You have a pinch hitter. Josh Tornillo is done, and checking in is Aiden Capel. But to finish the line on Jimmy Canale, it's an ERA of 7.71. A bit high, but the other numbers are good. Just those hit batters and the walks that have sometimes been an issue for Canale in his starts. 4th appearance of the summer. First pitch to Aiden Capel is upstairs. Canale's a guy with a big personality. We've had a chance to do a few social media videos for the Barons Instagram page. One of our favorite players to interview. 1 ball and 1 strike. Be sure to follow the Academy Barons on Instagram. MLB Academy Barons. That's MLB Academy Barons on Instagram. Put it in a good spot. Ruled ball 2. Nobody on base. 2 outs. Top of the 6th. Swing and a miss. Evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Aiden Capel is listed as an infielder, and we'll see if he stays in the ball game for Tornillo at second. Strike 3. Swing and a miss by Capel. He retires the pinch hitter, and Jimmy Canale picks up his 2nd strikeout of the inning, his 3rd strikeout of the outing. When we come back, bottom of the 6th here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. Bottom of the 6th inning, and the San Diego Bombers will send out their 5th pitcher of the evening. Big right-hander by the name of Darius Lukowski. Lukowski makes his 4th appearance of the summer. He's pitched 3 1/3, giving up 10 hits, 11 runs, 9 earned, 3 strikeouts to 5 walks. That is hitting .526 against him. An ERA of 24.30. Some rough numbers to start the season for Mr. Lukowski. He takes over on the mound. Stands at 6'2" and will be a junior this upcoming season. He starts things off, and he hits Elijah Clayton on the first pitch he throws. It's been that kind of night for the San Diego Bombers and their pitching staff. Runner on first, Elijah Clayton has the speed, but don't expect the Barons to be super aggressive on the base paths. In the last home half of the inning, in the fifth, he decided not to tag up on a play they could have tagged up on. So they might be easing up on the score, or easing up on the Bombers with the score being as it is. 15-3 ball game. The 15 runs is the most the Barons have scored in a ball game this season. Sanders steps in for another at-bat. First pitch, off speed, lands on the outer half. Great spot from Lukowski. Lukowski pitches from the middle of the rubber. Sanders pulls one through the 5-6 hole. Gets into left field, and Sanders has his third single of the ball game. 3 for 4 on the evening. Clayton advances to second. Clayton, who was hit by a pitch to start the inning, is the 7th batter to be hit by a pitcher this evening. So the command has been all over the place for the Bombers. Not just one guy, but a few different guys in the contest. Jason Delviar steps in with runners on first and second. 12 hits in the ball game for the Barons after Sanders a single. Delviar skies one into left field. Finelli went towards his right, then makes his way to his left to haul it in for the first out of the inning. Maybe didn't see it off the bat. Nathaniel Williams steps in with runners on first and second. Clayton at second, Sanders at first. Breaking ball misses outside from Lukowski. The 1-0 pitch. Williams grounded out to second in his last at-bat. 2 for 4 on the evening. Both hits singles, and he scored both times he reached base. Williams shoots the next pitch foul towards the riverbed. It's another lovely evening, and the weather pretty great tonight. We'll have to look ahead to see what the weather is expected on Thursday. Less clouds, projected to be less clouds at least, so temperature at 66, pretty cool night in the city of Compton for a summer night. That's strike 2, count even to Williams. Thursday's high is expected to get to 76, and then it warms up for the weekend. 78 both Saturday and Sunday here in Southern California. Lukowski comes set. The 2-2 pitch in the dirt. Full count. Mark Emmerman on deck. Clayton at second, Sanders at first. Down and in to Williams. That's ball 4. Bases are loaded. First walk issued by Lukowski in his outing. The Barons have scored a run in each of the first 5 innings. They hope to continue that trend here in the 6th. Bombers did pick up a run in the first and 2 in the third. Emmerman has been hit twice. First pitch from Lukowski. Spins away from Towning, but not far enough for either runner to advance. Emmerman did pick up a single in the 5th inning. 1 for 2 on the evening. Emmerman sends one past the shortstop Barnes, and it gets into left center. Clayton strolls in for the 16th run, and Sanders gets the wave. It's a 16-3 ball game. 2 RBI single for Mark Emmerman, his first RBI of the evening. Good sight to see for Mark Emmerman. Last week he missed most of the games that the Barons had because we do get a pinch runner, but Emmerman was on a recruiting trip in Arkansas, so that's why he missed some action last week for the Academy Barons. Picks up a couple RBIs, and there's a pinch runner. Israel Espinoza takes over at first base. Home plate umpire Paul Cohen makes the changes in his book.
Veteran first base for the Barons, running for number 11, Mark Emmerman at first base. Number 27, Israel Espinoza.
So a chance for some guys off the bench to get some look, get some burn this evening. First pitch to Nigel Buckley. He skies it a mile high, left side of the infield. Barnes calls off his third baseman. Infield fly.
Jackson Tyler.
2 outs in the inning after Barnes hauls in. Williams at second. Emmerman, check that. Espinoza at first. Jackson Tyler steps in. Tyler's 3 for 4 on the evening. Tyler hits one on the end of the bat to right field. Foul territory. Mingo runs out of real estate. Oh, 1 count after the foul ball. I'll have to tell you about a new right fielder as well. Next pitch is upstairs. 1-1 in the count to Jackson Tyler. And with the RBI single in his last at-bat, he has 5 RBIs on the day. Continues to swing a hot bat this evening. Count evens at 1 or 2 balls and 1 strike after the miss. Mark McNaney takes over in right field. Tyler comes up empty on the swing. 2 balls and 2 strikes to count to the left fielder. Makes a strong case for player of the game with his performance this evening. The 2-2. Tyler sends another one. Foul territory. Right field line. It's foul. McNaney runs out of room as he heads into the Bombers bullpen. Bryce Morrison is a batter on deck. He could use some better fortune. 1 for 4 this evening. The only player without a hit in the Barons lineup. Well, there's 2. A.G. Sawamura and Jason Del Villar, both hitless in the ballgame thus far. 2-2 pitch is above the letters. That runs the count full. We'll see if they send the runners on the pitch. Runners take off, and Tyler sends a pitch foul to the backstop. Tyler's another player in the transfer portal. Spent this past season as a redshirt at San Diego State. The payoff pitch one more time. Tyler forces Lukowski to throw another. Foul ball to the right side. Long pause from Lukowski. 1 out away from the Bombers getting out of this inning. But Tyler makes Lukowski continue to work. Big League AB. Battle between Jackson Tyler at the dish. Darius Lukowski on the mound. Tyler's a good athlete. Went to Chaminade High School here in Southern California. Well-known program. Another payoff pitch, and it's another foul ball. We're not stuck on replay. Promise you that. And while at Chaminade, Tyler played both baseball and football. Chaminade, another good football program in Southern California. This one hit on a line to Barnes, and he can't handle it. Williams comes in to score. Espinoza heads to third. It's an 18-3 ball game. Two outs the inning. Inning continues for Bryce Morrison. Morrison hits a high chopper to the third baseman, Aiden Harrison. High throw. Dwyer can't keep his foot on the bag. The inning continues again. Throw goes to second. Tyler wasn't that far off. Runners on first and second. Back to the top of the order. Long inning for Darius Lukowski and the San Diego Bombers. We mentioned that we looked into the dugout earlier this evening, and just not a lot of hands on deck for the Bombers. Like the Barons, on any given night, some guys aren't available. Tonight, guys like David Aguirre, as well as Caden Durazo, and a few others unavailable to go for the Academy Barons. Eiji Sawamura steps in, ninth batter of the inning. First pitch misses down and in. The 1-0. Sails upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Sawamura drives one into deep right center field. Summers back towards the wall. It takes a big hop on the track. Ground rule double. Morrison forced to stay at third. Tyler does come in to score. 2 runners in scoring position. 97 off the bat. 385 to right center field. One of the deeper parts of the ballpark. Had Sawamura pulled that ball. Well, it's definitely in the parking lot here at the Compton Youth Academy. The Barons bat around for the 3rd time this evening. We're only in the bottom of the 6th. Another chance for Elijah Clayton. He started the inning off getting hit by a pitch. First pitch of the at-bat even. That lands on the inner half. A generous strike 1 call for Darius Lukowski. Down and away. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Two balls and 1 strike the count to Elijah Clayton. Started the ball game off with the single in the first, stole second, eventually came around to score when his teammate Nick Sanders drove him in. Both players from Campbell University. Both players in the transfer portal. Clayton sends the next pitch foul. High off the backstop. In the second and fourth inning, Clayton was hit by a pitch. In the third inning, he grounds it out to the shortstop. In the sixth inning, he was also hit by a pitch. He's been hit 3 times today. Emmerman's been hit twice. Someone needs to get those guys ice bats after the game. Clayton fouls off another. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Long look in from Lukowski. Gets the sign from Towney. Another 2-2 pitch. Breaking ball. Strike 3. Delayed strike call from Paul Cohen. Barons aren't a fan of the call, but sometimes that's the strike zone. It expands on a lopsided game like this. Barons lead 20-3. Top of the 7th inning when we come back. It's a 20-3 ball game in favor of the Academy Barons. The 20 runs is the most they've scored this season. But if you've been following the team for a couple years, you know that they scored a 21. They scored 21 runs against the San Luis Obispo Blues last year in a ball game. So the second most in 2 seasons. We'll see if they eclipse that mark. Get some scores from around the CCL throughout the inning. Top of the order due up for the Bombers. They face a big deficit. They do have 3 runs off 5 hits, but 4 errors defensively have kept things out of hand. Canelli still on the mound for the Academy Barons. Aiden Harrison fouls off a pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. Gianluca Finelli hit a 2-run home run in the 3rd. Aiden Harrison came very close to hitting a solo shot in the 8th inning, or in the 4th inning. Flew out to center field, and A.G. Sawamura made an impressive play in left center. Here's a chance for Elijah Clayton. That's going to be a mishandling by the shortstop. There's a runner aboard on first base. Pretty routine for Elijah Clayton. We usually see him make that play. But instead, there's a runner on first. Joey Doska still steps in. Small lead at first, and Canelli. Next pitch from the right-hander. Shot into right field. Sanders camps underneath. Runner try-tagging from first to second, and Sanders makes a strong throw. Good athlete in right field. One down. Gianluca Finelli comes in for another at-bat. He's 1 for 3. Of course, the one hit was the 2-run home run in the third inning. 2 flyouts, one in the first, one in the fourth. Canelli has been sharp since coming in. Zips in a first pitch strike. Canelli came in the ball game in the 5th inning. He's only allowed 1 base runner. This ball is fouled to the on-deck circle. Canelli comes set. Swing and a miss. Finelli set down on strikes. 4th strikeout of the outing for Canelli on the mound. Osias Hinojosa checks in for his first at-bat of the summer. Listed as a pitcher for the San Diego Bombers. Runners on first. The pitcher gets a chance to hit on a Tuesday night here at the Compton Youth Academy. Drives one well into left center field. That'll split both outfielders, and it clanks off the wall. They wave Harrison around third. Hinojosa, in his first at-bat of the summer, picks up an RBI triple. Pitchers are athletes too. What a shot by Hinojosa. Another chance. Well, this what would be Aaron Mingo's spot. We saw a new right fielder take over during the bottom half of the inning. Now we see Mark McNaney get his first at-bat.
Your attention, please. Pitch hitter of the game for the Bombers coming to the plate for San Diego, number 16, Mark McNaney.
Runner 90 feet away for the San Diego Bombers. It's a 20-4 ball game. Canelli goes from the windup with the runner on third. First pitch strike. It's the first run allowed from Jimmy Canelli in the outing, but it's an unearned run since Aiden Harrison reached on an error. That would have been the first out of the inning. And Gannon, or check that, Osias Hinojosa would never got a chance to hit. 1 ball and 1 strike to count to the new pinch hitter. Started to go around. Home plate umpire Paul Cohen says he did. 2-strike count to Mark McNaney. A 200 hitter on the season, 4 hits and 20 at-bats. Down and away, count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Canelli's been super efficient. He's at 28 pitches in his outing. Pitches from the first base side of the rubber. Swing and a miss. He sets down the pinch hitter. 5 punch-outs in the outing for Jimmy Canelli as he strolls off. Bombers do get 1 more run. It's an unearned run, and they trail 20-4. Bottom of the 7th inning when we come back in 7th inning stretch time here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. Couple of changes defensively. The first is a new pitcher on the mound for the San Diego Bombers. Wyatt Thomas takes over. And surrounding Wyatt Thomas, well, there's a new first baseman. Aiden Harrison takes over at first. He moves across the diamond, started the ball game at third. E.J. Barnes moves from short to third. E.J. Barnes stays at short. He was warming up at third base to start the inning, but takes over at short again. And Osias Inaosa moves to third. He just came in as a pinch hitter and roped a triple in the top half of the inning. Bit confusing because Inaosa was taking ground balls at short. Barnes was at third just moments ago. So Hinojosa's the third baseman. Aiden Harrison's the first baseman. Barnes is still the shortstop, apparently. Aiden Capel at second. Mark McNaney in right. Jackson Summers in center. Gianluca Finelli in left. Dylan Towning behind the dish. That's strike two. Count even. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nick Sanders. Singled in the first, second, and the 5th inning. That's a ball outside. Full count. Full count. Sanders steps back in. Wyatt Thomas comes set. And Sanders drills another one through the 5-6 hole. 4 singles on the ball game for Nick Sanders.
Number 23, Jason Delviani.
20 runs off 15 hits for the Academy Barons. Jason Delviar steps in, looking for his first hit. He's reached twice, but does not have a base hit in tonight's ball game. He reached on a walk in the first inning, then was hit by a pitch in the 4th. One ball and 1 strike to count. Wyatt Thomas, the new pitcher on the mound. Originally committed to Biola University and spent some time at Golden West after. Barnes slips it to Capel for 1. 6-4-3 double play, and there's 2 outs in the inning. The bottom of the 7th. Thomas gets a pitcher's best friend. Double play ball here in the bottom of the 7th. An important 2 outs for the San Diego Bombers as they try and get out of here as quickly as possible. While at Golden West College, Wyatt Thomas made 30 career appearances the last 2 seasons. He made 16 appearances this past spring in 2026. A familiar opponent as he takes on Nathaniel Williams and drops one in on the back door. Finished with a 6.88 ERA in 16 appearances. Williams pulls one foul and it ricochets off his bat on the backswing. Don't often see that here at the ballpark. At the tail end of the season, Williams stays alive with the foul ball. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. But at the end of the spring season, Santa Ana College played Golden West College, and the Golden West Rustlers swept the Santa Ana Dons. Despite being swept, Santa Ana went on to win the Orange Empire Conference, and then the rest is history as they went on to win the state championship. Thomas did pitch 2 2/3 of an inning against Santa Ana College in Game 3 of that series. Williams takes ball 1, So got to imagine that Thomas faced Nathaniel Williams, who was in the starting lineup that day. Williams takes strike 3 as he goes down looking. A 1-2-3 inning for Wyatt Thomas on the mound as he faces the minimum. Back to the top of the 8th when we return. Thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball. Top of the 8th inning. New pitcher on the mound for the Academy Barons is Gabriel Cancino. Cancino spent this past spring at Compton College, native to Norwalk, and we'll get you some more numbers later on in the broadcast. Get you some score updates from around the CCL first. Conejo Oaks defeated the Philippines baseball group 6-2 earlier today in Ventura College. Santa Barbara in a lopsided game as well, as they have a 17-1 lead over the Arroyo Seco Saints in Pasadena. Also going down in Southern California, things are tied up at 2 between the Waves and the Riptide, top of the 6th inning, as that game takes place in Irvine, California. In Northern California, the Blues up 2-0 over the San Francisco Seagulls, top of the 9th inning. The Alameda Merchants and the Menlo Park Legends are tied at 6 in the bottom of the 8th, while the Walnut Creek Crawdads lead 3-2 over the Sonoma Stompers in the top of the 8th as well. No score update from the Mexico-Ecuador game. That game is 2-0 in favor of Mexico in the 83rd minute of the second half. Did see some fireworks go off earlier as Mexico went on to score 2 goals in the first half of action. Cancino is a new pitcher. He played at Compton College, who plays here on this showcase field at the Compton Youth Academy. Ground ball right side, Del Villar, underhands to Cancino covering, and there's 1 out of the inning. For Cancino on the summer season, he makes his 3rd appearance. He's pitched an inning and 2/3, gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 2 strikeouts to 3 walks, an ERA of 5.40. He'll face Jackson Summers as he gets Dylan Towning to ground out on the first pitch. Thanks for tuning in to Academy Barons Baseball here on the Barons YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Get a notification every time we go live from the Compton Youth Academy. 2 balls and no strikes to Summers. He struck out swinging in his last at-bat. 0 for 3 on the evening. Three straight misses from Cancino on the mound. The Barons' next home game will be this Thursday against the Santa Barbara Foresters. First pitch strike from Summers. Or first strike of the at-bat. Long evening here. 3-1 pitch is near the zone. Close enough to the zone for strike 2, says Paul Cohen. We'll reset the defense for you as well for the Academy Barons. Summer lifts it into the air. Left side of the infield. Clayton calls off his third baseman. 2 players very close to each other. But Clayton hauls it in for the 2nd out of the inning. Jason Del Villar at first. Israel Espinoza is the second baseman. Elijah Clayton at short. Nathaniel Williams at third. Nigel Buckley still behind the dish. Otis Boultinghouse in left. Jackson Tyler moves from left to center. Nick Sanders in right. Fouled off to the right side. First pitch strike to E.J. Barnes. Tomorrow evening, the Barons will take on the Arroyo Seco Saints in Pasadena. Beautiful bender, first strike 2. It's an important game as the Barons look to extend their lead over the Saints in the CCL South standings. Barnes hits a dribbler to his third base coach. It's manager Scott Stanley over there. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2 pitch. Barnes set down on strikes. First punch out for Cancino on the evening. And it's a 1-2-3 evening for the right-hander. Has to feel good as he played here at Compton College on this showcase field during the spring season and gets to play here again in the summer. Bottom of the 8th inning when we come back. 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for the Academy Barons, and a new pitcher on the mound for the San Diego Bombers. Nolan Farley checks in for the first time this evening. 7th pitcher used by the Bombers. It's been a struggle for everyone in the evening thus far. Braden Davis, Harish Balachandran, Anthony Finelli, Evan Chan, Darius Lukowski, and Wyatt Thomas were the previous 6. Right-hander. First pitch to Israel Espinoza, right side. Oh, Capel lays out. He tries to make a throw, but he lost it on the transition. That's going to go down as a hit. He dove to make the stop. An incredible stop by Capel to even get there. Espinoza came off the bench and gets his 4th hit of the summer season. 4 hits and 21 at-bats. His first at-bat of the evening. Buckley hits one on the ground. Taylor made double play. Barnes to Capel for 1. Back to first. Harrison records the out. Their second inning of churning a 6-4-3 double play. At the very least, it helps the ball game go by faster. Barons have 20 runs off 16 hits. Not like they needed any insurance runs. 2 up, 2 down. Jackson Tyler steps in. He has 3 of the 16 hits in the evening and gets a first pitch strike. Farley has only thrown 3 pitches in the inning thus far, so had to figure the take sign was on. The fireworks go off in the sky past right center. 2 quick strikes. Tyler set down on strikes. So Nolan Farley comes in and faces the minimum. Only throws 5 pitches. If only the Bombers had that type of pitching earlier in the game. Barons lead 20-4. The final 3 outs for the San Diego Bombers coming up after this.
What player on the Barons would make the best head coach? I think Jimmy for sure.
Jimmy Welsher. He has all the tools.
Yo, I got to go with Jimmy too. Welsh, he just knows ball. I think he'd be a good coach. I trust him with my kid in the future.
Going with the Tommy Gooden.
Give me Jacob Kanoski.
Trevor Schmidt. Easy answer. Jimmy Welsher, Jimmy Hoffa.
Jay Klinoski. I think the best head coach would be my boy right here, Hondo. From the side.
Nah, I think I'd have to give it to probably one of the youngsters, probably Campo or Chip. I feel like they would make it. Campo he's our catcher. He's been calling games all summer.
Best head coach. Honestly, Jimmy's probably a good pick. He's been in the game. Or Klinoski. He's been in the game a while, so that's probably best option.
Easy answer. I choose myself.
Back here on the Academy Barons YouTube channel. Final 3 outs in tonight's ball game. Just past 8:50 here at the Compton Youth Academy. A chilly evening. Lots of sweaters and hoodies out at the ballpark tonight. Temperatures at 65 degrees. Barons continue to stay hot. 20-4 is the score in tonight's ball game. They've won 3 of their last 4, 5 of their past 7, and they hope to advance to 11-8 on the year. That would keep them at pace with the Conejo Oaks. And if you check the standings, give the page a second to refresh. The Oaks did come out victorious today, and with that victory, they advanced to 11-7. So they'll be half a game ahead of the Barons in the loss column, but even in the win column. It's a 3-game week for the Academy Barons. Tomorrow they'll travel to Pasadena to take on the Arroyo Seco Saints. And then back home Thursday night to take on the Santa Barbara Foresters, one of the best teams in the CCL. New pitcher on the mound, Jaden Edwards, zips one to the letters, ruled ball 1. One-0 the count to Aiden Capel. He drives one well, left center field. Boultinghouse had a good beat on it, slides, but it hops into the gap. Capel has a double to lead off the inning. Great hustle as it split the left and center fielder, but out of the corner of our eye, we saw Boultinghouse get a great jump. Had he had an extra foot, just a little bit taller, a little bit longer in the arms, he probably makes that catch. Runner in scoring position, Jaden Edwards makes another appearance on the mound, 4th of the summer. Selected to the CCL All-Star game this upcoming Saturday. Back to the top of the order, and Edwards misses inside. Edwards has had quite a baseball journey at the collegiate level. The 1-0 to Harrison is in for strike 1. This past season, Edwards played a season at Jackson State. Will return there for a senior season. But he's a native to Los Angeles, went to Cerro Gardena High School and played at ELAC and Cerritos before transferring to Jackson State. Swing and a miss, strike 2. More fireworks go off just out of your camera screen past the right field pole. Game not final yet, but Mexico up 2-0 over Ecuador in extra time, or in stoppage time. 1 ball and 2 strikes to count. Oh, nearly takes the head off of Aiden Harrison. He ducks out of the way. Runner advances to third on the wild pitch. Scary moment for Harrison. Two balls and 2 strikes. Edwards kicks, deals, 2-2. He powers it past him. Strikeout for the first out of the inning. In 2023, Edwards was a member of the Cerritos College baseball program. He appeared in 25 ball games, and he actually got more at-bats than he did innings pitched. He had 25 games, 4 home runs, a .232 batting average, 11 RBIs, but he only pitched in 4 innings that season for Cerritos College. First pitch at the letters. That's strike 1. He did not play in 2024, but in 2025, he was at ELAC, East Los Angeles. Made 9 appearances, 6 starts, 21 innings, an ERA above 11. 17 strikeouts, though, in the 21 innings pitched. Back-to-back strikes from Edwards. A player with a lot of personality. You have a lot of fun interviewing him. There you see more fireworks go off in your screen. Just past center field and some in left as well. Breaking ball hit right back up the middle. Edwards looks the runner back to third. Throw goes to first. LVR managed to keep his foot on the bag. Athletic play by Jaden Edwards, a good athlete. We see him often take batting practice before ball games here at the Compton Youth Academy. He certainly can drive a ball into the deep outfield. Oh, big breaking ball. Edwards delivers strike 1. Such a weapon when you can throw that pitch for a strike. Start off the at-bat. Really have the pitcher or the hitter off balance. 0-1. Ball driven well into center field. Playable for Jackson Tyler. He backs up. And that's going to be out number 3. The Barons come away with a 20-4 victory here on a Tuesday night. Plenty of fireworks in the Compton night sky. Not for the Academy Barons. It's most likely for the Mexico soccer team defeating Ecuador 2-0. Again, the game has yet to go final, but a lot of fireworks go off as the end is near. Check that we do have a final score. They just announced it. Mexico defeats Ecuador 2-0, but here back at the Compton Youth Academy, the Barons defeat the San Diego Bombers 20-4. The Barons advance to 11-8 on this season, while the Bombers drop to 2-10 in CCL League play. Winning pitcher tonight is Jimmy Canale, dominant 3 innings in the middle innings of tonight's ball game. While the losing pitcher is Braden Davis, the starter only lasted an inning and gave up 6 runs for the San Diego Bombers. For Daniel, Tom, Daphne, Bravo, and everyone else who helped out with tonight's broadcast, my name is Noah Alvarez saying thanks for tuning in. We wish you a good night. We hope to catch you next time. Thursday night, first pitch scheduled at 6:05 as the Barons take on the Bombers.